Good morning. What are you doing, Rosie? Huh? Rosie wanted to be scratched. Her Rosie. Her Rosie. Her lovers. See, this is way better than getting molested and licked to death. She's not quite a puppy no more. So she still wants to be scratched and rubbed. But at least you don't get up and molest your face so much. Anyways, how's everybody doing this morning? Misplaced Country Girl, Keith, Joe Buck, Annie Finn, Yak Shore, and Bugman. Welcome in, y'all. We're just tying up some jigs for the week. Says, okay, Misplaced Girl, Country Girl says, double hooks, I'm going to do a playoff the jigs shirt you sent me. Right on. Yep. You do what you want to do, Misplaced. My beard is like discombobulated today. I was out in the shop yesterday spray painting and got all up in my beard and all over my glasses and trying to clean all that stuff off was a pain in the butt. The wind yesterday was like 35 miles an hour and I'm sitting there trying to paint it. It was hilarious. I mean, it wasn't. I was getting frustrated. I painted up 2 rod holders, then the wind blew them over. I got sand and grass all on them. Oh, I was so mad. I had to quit. I had to come in the house and chill for a minute. But yeah, and then ran out of welding hood battery. So I arced my eyes, so I couldn't see nothing for like 4 hours. Then blew apart a grinding disc. I don't know if you can see the mark on my face in this camera or not, but I boogered up my face, had a piece of disc come up and smack me. I should have been wearing a shield, but I wasn't. I had the guard on the grinder, but it didn't do much good. That thing kicked off and smacked me in the face. So it is what it is. And then I got some made up and I got a couple ready. Just been doing that kind of stuff. I dinked with the Rambler one day for a little bit, but I just got bored with it. I can't get motivated except for trying to do all this fishing stuff. Got fishing on the brain. The heat's gone away and all the cool weather's come back. Misplaced Country Girl. She says, if you can't jig it, then jiggle it. See, when I was making those shirts, I was thinking that I was gonna like getting jiggy with it, and then I was like, well, Will Smith might sue me. So, but then I was like, can you jig it? It was a pretty good one, and then I put them 3 little jigs in there. I'm working on some different stuff right now. I got me a tablet, so I'm learning how to use the drawing programs on the tablet. I could draw with pen and paper. I drew the crappie that is on the shirt. I drew that with a Sharpie. So if you look at it careful enough, you can see it. And then I took it over to my neighbor at Factory 233, which is on my shirt here. And he made my shirts and stuff and my hats and my stickers. Well, I took it over there to him on a piece of paper and said, here, can you do something with this? And he Xeroxed it and just copied the jig and the crappie and the jigs on the front of the shirt And then, of course, he did the print and stuff on the computer. And then I drew the rod and reel for the second design or third design, second design. I drew the rod and reel that goes around my logo. And then that's, whoops. Then I'm sitting here playing and fumbling and stuff. Then now I'm working on something where cleaning it up. Oh, now I got the tablet. I want to clean up the design and make it more crisp and not look like it was drawn with a Sharpie, if that makes sense. Um, and then, but I am going back to the old school logo for the new hats that I'll have here shortly. And if I don't get rid of the hats before CatCon, I'll just bring them to CatCon. What are you doing? Mom, she licked my elbow. I think she needs to go potty.
Are you done eating now? You want to go outside? Okay, let's go outside.
So what I got going on here? Anyways, I got a 16th ounce head on a 1/0 hook. And hey, Bobcat, my buddy that that I was just talking about that makes my t-shirts and stuff next door over here, this guy, his sticker machine broke and stuff, and he's like, he doesn't want to spend $10,000 to get it fixed, or like whatever it was, $14,000 for a new one. When you get back in the shop, bud, I need some stickers. But I want to do it. I think I want to do a different design. I want to do the same thing as what I got with the rod and the reel and the crappie in the middle, but I don't want it to look like I drew it with a Sharpie. So I'm trying to figure out this drawing program, or if you've got some way that can help me out. Holler at me and I'll take care of you. Thank you, Bobcat. I just didn't know if you was back in the shop yet, bud. I've been praying for you, but that's about all I can do from here except for support you, brother. I've been supporting Ugly Dog Lures lately pretty good. No, Mama got mad at me. I spent enough. Let's put it that way. But man, he keeps tying lures that I really like. I got 2 lures sitting right there, and then the other for like 4 sitting over there, and then I think I still got 2 up here. But I'm going to use them all. I'm waiting for the perfect time. Oh, you had her making decals. Right on. Yeah, I feel like I'm the type of guy that I feel like that if I'm going to design something, I want to do it, or I want to be highly involved in it. And that's just, I really appreciate some of the guys that have designed some stuff, for me, especially Mr. John Parker. I was just watching him before I came in for my live. And after I'm done with my live, I'm going to go back to watching Mr. John Parker. They're having that You Can't Fish Worth a Lick tournament, him and Warren. So, if y'all get bored of watching me, go watch them. So they're on now. So, anyways, I'm kind of getting some stuff done, and I made a bunch of rod holders. I'm trying to get I'm gonna get them all welded up and stuff. And I was having a bad day yesterday welding. I welded up some of them yesterday. I don't know what my problem was. I don't know if I was just wore out or what. I should have just walked away from it. I know what it was actually. I got mad because the rod holders that I did, the 2 that I painted, fell over in the sand and the dirt, and then I just got irate. And I should have walked away sooner than later. And then when I did go back, I probably didn't wait long enough because I was agitated. And when I got out there, I just couldn't get unagitated. And I was like, oh God, help me, please. I'm having a fit. So I came back in the house for a minute and chilled out a little bit more, but then I went back out there, and then I just could not weld worth a lick. I was trying to run fancy beads, and I go like this and high point and just touch the other edge. And I don't know if it was just, I think a lot of it had to do with it was really, cloudy at the moment. And then my anger and all of that together, my weld kind of got off. So, and then I high pointed a couple of them. So I cleaned them up with a welder, and then it even made it look worse. So I should have just left them alone. I cleaned it up with a welder. Cleaned it up with a grinder. I should have just left them alone because now, like I said, it looks worse. But I need to break out that TIG machine and learn how to use that TIG. I've only TIGged a couple times. I spent more time grinding tips than I did welding. Oh, let me find my colors here. That's the big fat one. I don't want the big fat one. I want the skinny one. You know what? Let's change up some stuff. I want to see what I got. I know I got some. I got plenty of this stuff. I want to kind of make some. Like, aren't the shad in the fall a little darker? I should have tied that with the darker color tail. Nah, be all right. Shad in the fall are a little darker, I think. I don't know if that's true just because they're maturing, the young small shad, or what. But this one I normally put silver on. Hey, Randall Rhino, welcome in, welcome in. Be careful driving. You know it, a bunch of crazy four wheelers out there. Yeah, so I'm gonna change it up a little bit, and I'm just gonna put this lavender up on there, this purpley. I don't know what color it shows up. It may just show up as silver since my camera don't like to pick purple up. It wants to make it blue. But I want to tie something up a little different. The same jigs get boring after a while, and I know y'all don't. Y'all probably getting frustrated with it too. I am. But these ones are for me, so I'll be snapping my threads. Don't worry about me snapping my threads. So we'll change the color up. Put that. Does that? It does kind of show up the color it is. Still got a little bit more purple to it than blue. But we'll tie some goofy looking ones. Yeah, just tie up. We'll tie up a few of those, and we'll go see how these work. At my pond, I don't like anything heavier than 16th. I could throw a 16th. My pond's 100 foot across, and I could throw one of these 16ths dang near clear across it on a 2 or 4 pound line. Well, 4 pound line, I'm not quite that far, maybe 15, 20 feet off a bank, but that's fine because you're pulling back from the other side. So my pond's long and skinny. It's like 600 foot, 700 foot long. I'm not for sure exact. And then the width's 100 foot. And my hands are clean. Those are all stained from all working with all that metal. So don't freak out that you get, that I'm making dirty jigs. And I did the last one with hackle. Where's my gray hackle? There's my gray hackle. It was buried. Randall Bobcat, everyone else. There you go. Any fan saying morning, Randy Bobcat, and everyone else I missed. I'm listening, but not watching at the moment. Probably working. Oh, he's reading the. Here you go. This is why. He's reading the hunting regulations. He must be going hunting. I think him and Kev put out a video where they're doing some hunting stuff. I think I didn't watch it yet. I've been really busy. I haven't. This morning was. I mean, I watched a couple lives yesterday, but I wasn't really into it for long. I in and out. Dang it! I didn't even hook that. But I'm tell you what, I've been in the shop the last couple of days. And I am wore out. Norman, welcome in, welcome in. Saying good morning. Yeah, they changed some hunting rules here. I was gonna go hunting this year, but since my son and them, my son and them, I'm sorry, girl. Since my son and his wife did not move out with his friends to Grand Junction, that's why I was saying them. I was including them all, but they're already out there. So since they didn't move out there and he stayed here, and then we just kind of, I'm letting them hunt it. he's got game cameras out there, and he's been feeding and stuff because we can still bait in Kansas. And he's been feeding them and everything, getting them all primed up. There's a nice little uh, 2-year-old buck out there that's already an 8, and he's looking good. He'll be really nice next year. So I was like, well, you just give me some meat and you go shoot all the deer you can get. Hey, Stuart, welcome in, bud. Yeah, I was like, you go shoot the deer. And the other day they went and got a fallow deer, or however you say it. They're going to give me some steaks off of that. So they went down to southern Oklahoma. They got some wild ones down there. And, well, they're not wild, I guess. They're running around down there on ranches and stuff. So people go down there and hunt them. And so they went down, and my son got a buck and she got a doe. He got the buck with his bow. And if you know anything about fallow deer, Timmy getting it with the bow is pretty amazing. Yeah, thank you, Kelly. Appreciate it. And I'm sorry, Kelly. I should have got. I was trying to get with you the other day, bud, and crap came up, and then I arced my eyes off and couldn't do nothing, and just was sitting around. And then the next day, I dropped the rod holders and just torqued me off. I don't know. I had a kind of a raunchy week for myself. It just aggravated, and I don't know what my problem was. And I think what it is lack of fishing. I got fishitis. I need to go fishing. It just I got too many things going on. I hate that. But I'm going fishing today. I don't care. I'm going fishing today, even if it's for a couple hours down at the park. I got to go. I want to go to my pond. But since it's hunting season, I can't go to my pond until after about 10 o'clock. And then I got to leave about 3:30, just so I'm not bothering the deer because of my 6.2 liter. When you start it up, it makes everything for a quarter mile run. That's what I've been told. That boar exhaust is loud, but I love it. Gregory, he gets excited every time I start the truck in the morning. If you wasn't looking at it, you would think, I mean, it is a LS3 6.2 liter, so you'd think that it's a Corvette or a Camaro. I have a big road trip today heading to Nashville around 5. Hey, when we go to CatCom, we're going to go down to Nashville and go to the Bass Pro down there with the pyramids. Ain't that where that's at? So the day we leave there, we're going to go down there and check that place out and rest, because it's 5 hours down to there, but then it's only 9 hours home. So we may just stay there the night that evening and go on. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But we going to CatCon or CatCon. Naomi said she was going. And she said she's going to bring lots of cookies. And I'm going to bring totes full of shirts and hats. And I'm going to bring a bunch of rod holders. And hopefully I'll be selling them out of the back of the pickup truck down some side street. I'm hoping I can sell us some stuff and help pay for the trip, at least the rooms, that kind of thing. And I got hotel room or motel rooms, when you drive in, park by your door. I went there just because they was cheap. I paid as much for all 3 nights as I did for what most people are going to pay for one night. But I just need a place to rest my head and not sleep in my truck. I don't care. I'll throw a mattress in the back and sleep in the back if it wasn't going to be in February, because it's going to be cold, I'm sure. You're 3 hours from Nashville. Which way from Nashville, though? Are you east, north, west, south? I think you're probably north, aren't you? Hey, 922, welcome in, bud. Yeah, I know a lot of y'all got to work. I'm sorry. I don't. No, I do, but I work at my own pace. I can only do so much at a time. And like when I'm in the shop, I'll weld up, you know, I'll weld for about, maybe half hour. So then I'll come in the house and sit in my big chair and lay back, stretch my back out. Then I go back out in the shop. Then I come back in the house. Then I go back out in the shop. Then I come back in the house. I do that all day, but it's easy because I don't get dehydrated because I come in and I sit down, I get a drink, and you know, always got a bottle of water sitting there. I only drink, uh, you know, great value brand Crystal Light kind of stuff, which no calories and no sugars and stuff, just flavoring. And then I'll drink tea, but unsweetened. Drink water and coffee, but everything's unsweetened. I don't drink. I don't do sugar. So, and I'm getting thinner. I know in here you can't see, but the beard hides my face. It just takes time, y'all. I figure by the time I get to CatCom, maybe I'll be under 200 by then. That'll be nice because I'll be able to get around most of the day without being wore out. I kind of got some sinus stuff going on or something. It all them weeds, or you walk by and somebody bumps that weed and it's like dust comes off of it, just all yellow. We call it pigweed, but I think it's uh, no, I just had a brain fart. I forgot. I can't remember what they call that plant. But anyways, it's all in bloom and it's causing everybody to have allergies. This one got poured kind of a miss, and there ain't much bait keeper there to make it fat bodied. I like my bodies just a little bit fatter than the head. That's why I like to use jigs that have that bait keeper on there. But I do have 16th ounce jigs without the bait keeper, just straight hooked. But when you do that, that head is so much bigger. So I want the weight, but I want that low profile. That's why I use these jigs that have the bait keeper in it. And I just clip off the little lead hook on there. That's why you see me keep clipping it with the fingernails or the clippers. What are you doing, Mama?
The dog loves to dig.
Oh, she's trying to sweep the floor, and there's every time the dog goes out, she comes in
Right
and
in
goes
my area.
sand everywhere. We live in the river valley, so there's a lot of sand in this
You know how
area.
many holes are outside? I can't
And
go get the dog.
That Dotson had the Dotson, our little red. Well, the Dotsons until we had to put Minnie down a couple months ago. But the Dotsons taught the Doberman how to dig. Well, let me tell you, Dotsons, they dig little tunnels like 2-3 foot deep, but they only this big around. That Doberman digs craters like this and like 2 foot deep, and then she gets in there and lays in them. They're because it's cool. But and then she don't want to come in. You're like, you coming in the house? She's like, nah, I ain't having it. Coming in the house? Nah, she just lay out there. But if you shut that door tight and she hears you come in and slam that inside garage door, oh yeah, then she starts barking and whining that she wants in because she knows you're not in the shop.
Watch it at night when you go get her. Don't
Yeah.
fall in the hole.
And sometimes at night she'll go out there and it'll be dark and Naomi's about fell in the hole a couple times. She has to take flashlight out there. I was like, don't fall in the hole, we're getting old. Break a hit. Are you enjoying this on your channel? Hey, there you go, Stuart. I appreciate it, brother. Says, are you enjoying this amazing channel content? Please hit the like and subscribe button. If you haven't shared out already, please do so, basically. Thank you, Stuart. Mr. Tully, welcome in. Wendy Jane, welcome in. How y'all doing today? Well, today is Friday the 13th. Hope y'all having a good almost Halloween coming up. And if you don't like that stuff, well, I'm sorry.
I only do it for the kids.
We loved it because we had boys, so we was always, and we lived on the farm. I'd go outside at night and I come up to the window, and they'd all be like this stuff, and then we go, "There's something out there."
What about Uncle with the mask on?
I mean, we would do it in all fun. We wouldn't scare the really. I mean, we'd scare them a little bit, but we would,
What about
we
Uncle with the
weren't
mask on?
traumatizing them.
Uncle with the mask on, they scared to go outside.
But I'll tell you what, when they started going outside and seeing eyeballs in the dark, like coyotes and stuff on the edge of the farm, my son was 10 years old and he walked around that farm with his 22. And I mean, we did have coyotes coming in pretty good. And you know, a 10-year-old kid against three coyotes ain't going to stand a chance if the coyotes are really on it. And at that time, we had coyote problem around here real bad where they were taking on full-size labs and stuff. So, and it wasn't just they were doing it in a pack mentality. So that's when the coyote hunting and everything got real big in the early 2000s, and especially like around that 08 to 12 in that era around here. There was people out there hunting coyotes like crazy. There's several guys that did it professionally around here. You call them up and they'd come and hunt your land, bring the greyhounds and the Dobermans and the bigger dogs that can run. They mostly hound breeds, that bigger that could actually get some stride. A couple of them had Weimares and things like that. So uh, even some pitties were mixed in some of them hunting dogs. But man, I'll tell you what, they could take down. They run after and chase down the coyotes. So and the coyotes would try to go in their dens and stuff, and them dogs just some of them dogs small enough to go right in after them. But I miss coyote hunting. I miss doing all that. I miss deer hunting. I just miss hunting. I hunted more than I fished back in the day, but now fishing has taken over my life, which is fine with me. I love to fish, and Gregory loves to fish. Gregory would rather fish than hunt. So, and we got to have something to do. So we just really enjoy it. We'd enjoy it more if we had a boat right now because my favorite lake is dry as a bone. Lisa, welcome in. Appreciate you. Canadian Family Life, how you doing? Shark Shark Smith Angling, first time. Thank you. Welcome in. Sorry, I'm trying to tie, and I got some sparkles trying to catch my thread, and I just I'm trying to be calm today because I got upset the last 2 days in the shop working on them rod holders and stuff. So those will be up on. I'll be putting them up on Double Hook Angling website here before too long for sale. So we're working on. I'm working on getting enough stock up, and then a angling supply store that I go to in Wichita, Ziners. We're working on a deal with putting them in the store there. So thank you, Anyfin, for saying that. Appreciate you, brother. Okay, so we got four of these little dudes tied up. So I'm gonna switch color. Well, I actually got five because I put one up there already. So I got five of them tied up for me, and I'm just gonna set them aside. Let's do some. We got some new chenilles in, so let's use up some of the colors. This is one that I've tied quite often on the show, and this is a bigger head. So, but this is gonna be. We're gonna use this at the lease. I want to swap threads. Put on this orange. So the ouch. So these are some double hook colors. But anyways, we're gonna go back with the old logo on the hats. I was gonna say that, but I'm trying to figure out how many hats I want to make. I don't know if I want to just do 30 or if I want to do 50 or whatever. So um need to get, and it's gonna be there won't be no fishing pole or reel around the logo, and it'll be a flat arch. So oh, dang it. There's something wrong with me today. Calm down. Get your blood pressure from going nuts. There we go. All right. Let's whip that on there, get that set. Trim that. Let's do a little fuzzy butt. So get you a piece of marabou that looks good and not all janky. That one looks like crap. I'm picky. So like this to me, see that's just not right. So I take those and I probably should save them in a box to just and then like have a giveaway where I just give away a bunch of feathers that would be good for uh, certain jigs, but you know, you kind of want, I mean, like if you're going to do something real short, see, like this is real short. So this feather doesn't look very good when it's short because it was long and straight. So let me show you that other feather. I just kind of want to do a comparison for y'all to see what I'm talking about here. So, okay. So we'll take that feather off. Now that feather that I just had that I don't really care much for, it's super poofy. So if you stick it on there short, even though this is as short as the other one, you see how poofy that is. Y'all may have that to where you really like that, but I'm not a fan of the unevenness where half of them are that length and the half of them are that length, and I don't want to cut it. So I would just rather use this and do to where it's just straight. Now on this one, I'm going to that was to show you how short it is. Now, if you go back, always like so like if the hook is this long, so you got basically 2 finger widths. So you go another finger width from the bend right here. So like right there. And that is a good length to start with and find out if you like it that length or you could go shorter or longer. So I hope that helps. I don't know if I explained it well enough or not, but and there's plenty of guys out there that like this feather that I just cut off. There's plenty of guys that would take and tie this on and do this again. And that's fine. You can do that if you're tying your own stuff. But I like super clean, pretty. Maybe I'm being kind of, I don't know. Maybe I'm just being a jerk. I don't want to say what I want to say. Okay, so this is the jig that I like to use this jig a lot, and it's just a marabou tail, and then the orange head, and then this color chenille, and this is a barred chenille, so it's got chartreuse orange for the 2 main colors, and then it's got a little bit of black and sparkly in there. So like the orange and the chartreuse is a soft, fluffy, and then the black in this. So there you go. And then the black in that is a sparkly crystal type chenille, just for a little color and flash in there. Morello, out of that junk. When you add more to it, does it drop more slowly in the water? No. If you add more fluff to it, no. What you can make that feather really thick, but if you wet that feather's going to be like this. See that? That feather's going to be like this. Whether it's big and poofy, or I mean, even if you took this whole stack, right? When that whole stack is wet, I mean, there ain't nothing there. So what the poofy does is, especially if you're reeling, so if you're reeling and this stops, this is going to poof out about like that in the water. So there you go. So about like that in the water. But if you're using the really poofy one, like if you put 2 or 3 feathers in there, it will poof up to where it's almost a ball. So it just gives it a bigger profile in the water at pause. And then, so, and then as the fish comes up and it's like poof like this, they come up to investigate that because they see a lot more color or whatever. And then when you go like that, to them, that's like the fish turning or shutting down its fins, I guess, and taking off. That's my opinion. So, that's kind of, but since I suspend and jig a lot, this lower profile right here, it saves you feathers because you could, you're only doing one feather per jig. Um, and when it's suspended, it gives you this big of a profile, which is enough. And what you want is you want this here to basically wave in the water. So it just looks like a fish sitting there going like this. So, and then when you bump it up, it will drop all this back, but it will lift straight up. Now, when you use the jigs that we just was with the hackle, so here's a jig with hackle, okay? So when you use the jig with hackle and you jerk up, it will come forward a little bit because that hackle's got some stiffness, so it acts a little bit as a rudder in the water. So if you're just vertically jigging, this one here is going to go straight up and down like this. But this one's going to go like this and then come back and it's going to turn. So it gives you more of this, you know, what I'm saying. Kind of get what I'm saying? I hope I explained that well enough. So marabou is real nice when you're just vertically jigging and you just want it to stay still because you're in a lot of brush. And it does poof out and then goes, down as you pull. Um, when I'm jigging in brush, what I do is I sit there and I just hold it because I got enough shake in me. At the end, that rod's sitting there doing this, which means that jig's sitting down there doing that. And then what I'll do is I just kind of slowly lift like this. And that's a lot of times you get that strike as you're pulling up away when they're just sitting there. Because I've seen in clear enough water, I've sat there and watched 4 or 5 crappies surround my jig. And as you're sitting there, just go like this. They're just sitting there and they're like, pausing and coming back and forth. They may skirt around a little bit. You may have one that dives over, comes around. And then as you come up, you'll have one that starts to go, and the other one's like, oh, hey, you're going to eat that? Nope. Or you'll just get that one that follows it up for a while and then finally goes, oh, well, you're getting too far away from cover. I better get you before you get off the way. So that's just my thinking. So I hope that, works. Hey, Terry B, welcome in. I believe you're from Stewart's Lives. Fins and Foul, welcome in. How y'all doing? Appreciate each and every one of you in. We got 20 lovely people in here, but I'm just gabbing and I should be tying. But anyways, I hope that little bit of useless knowledge, it's not useless knowledge, but my lack of knowledge in that subject, because I'm sure somebody out there could probably explain it a lot better than me. Now, let's do something else bright. So let's do like some pink. Do an all pink one here. See now, like look at that feather. See, that's got some that's like an inch and a quarter, probably inch and 3/8 long. So I just tuck this down and like right where the fluff stops on these, that's where I pause. Oh, I better change my put on white. Change my thread out. You kind of want to match your thread somewhat, but a lot like white will you work with a lot of colors. Black will work with a lot of colors because inside some of these chenilles, the inner 2 threads that they twist to put the chenille together, they those threads are black or white most of the time. Okay. Ernie Brown, welcome in, brother. Wild Japan, how you doing? Curtis, boy, a lot of people popping in here. Who all did I miss? I'm sitting here tying jigs and missing stuff, but okay, I think I got everybody. Well, I don't want to miss nobody. Here, I'm going to do something here. Let's go ahead and. Anybody wants to come up? The only thing I ask is no cursing, no smoking on screen. Little ones watching, we don't need that influence. You want to smoke and stuff, that's fine. Just dark yourself out. I just don't want to see it on my screen. So, and no cursing, or I will drop you like a hot potato. So anybody wants to come up, there is a link. You're more than welcome. Come up and help read chat, or if you got your vice out, you can tie, or you could just, you know, BS with us. Try to keep my eye on the basement. Get this pink tied in here, and I tie my feathers on one piece at a time. It just ensures that they all stay in there, and you're catching each one, and you can make them all the same length, and you can move them around and get them to flare out. Terry B. All right, Terry.
Hey, good morning, buddy.
How you doing, Terry?
All right.
So, just
Sorry, I'm
just
causing an echo, buddy. I'm on a funny format here today.
Oh, and there's no echo on my side.
Yeah, I got it on my end.
But just to go over the rules again, just no cussing and no smoking on screen. Other than that, we're good.
All right. I just wanted to say good morning, buddy.
Good morning. Yeah, we're just, tying jigs and getting the day going.
All right. I gotta get dressed and head over for a quick job.
Oh, right on. What do you
Be
do?
back in shortly.
What do you do?
All kinds of stuff. Today I did some electrical and drywall yesterday. I got to go finish the mud.
Oh, so just kind of handyman stuff.
Yeah,
Right on.
handy on cars, boats, planes, houses, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, kind of like me. You got to do a little bit of everything just to keep alive.
Yeah.
Right on.
All right.
Yep.
I'll see you later. Thank you, buddy.
Thanks for coming up, Terry. Fishing Fever, Austin, dude. That 40-pound flatty, dang, on that FOA. FOA, buddy. Yeah, I'm gonna make a deal with. I gotta get me I gotta get me a 5-foot. I just gotta get me a 5-foot. I really do. Speaking of potato, my daughter had to dress up at school and risk.
Take it over and give it to Dad.
What'd you? Oh my gosh, Gregory!
I don't even think so.
Don't have to yell, Mama. Here's this jig. Gregory's back from the thrift store, and Rosie is super, super excited.
He bought him a snake last time, and it was small.
Okay, so here, look at
Now
what
he got a brand new snake.
look at what Gregory's got. That thing's huge. Let me see. It's a python. Look at Rosie. She's like, oh, I'm going to eat it.
And how much?
Here.
$2? $2 for this. $2.
She wants it so bad. Here, let her take it. Let her take it.
Give it. Bye-bye.
She's like, thanks. Bye, y'all. That thing will be de-stuffed in about 3 days.
Where's the other one?
That's funny.
Right here.
So, how much did you pay for that, Gregory? $2?
This was a couple weeks ago.
Cheap dog toys. Yeah, this was the small one that he got a couple weeks ago that she took. And she's de-stuffed over half of it, but I think it's so small she can't get her snoot up in there and, pull more out because she pulls it out with her teeth. But that's funny.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. But I tell you what, there was a whoops, Stewart's in there. Good morning, Stewart.
Good morning, Dave. Hi, everybody.
Did you see Rosie and the snake?
No, I was trying to get up at the time.
Oh, come here, Gregory. Bring the snake in here. Gregory got back from the thrift store and he bought a stuffed toy. So this thing is a huge stuffed snake. And Rosie, see Rosie? She tried to get it. Watch. Can you see her at the bottom of the screen? Here, let me move the camera. She's like, she wants that thing. But that's what we do is Gregory buys us stuffed toys for $1 or $2 at the thrift store and then keeps her busy and entertained all week. She will de-stuff the tar out of that.
You should get in it now. No.
Now I jacked up my camera now.
So how are you, Dave?
I'm good. How you been? I've been busy all week, man. I've been trying. I watched you a couple times just for a short, just to say and said hi and bye. And I know I wasn't in there long, but
Dave, I've
one day I burnt my
I'm a lot
eyes.
better since I'm home.
Do what?
I'm saying I'm a lot better since I'm home.
Yeah, I burnt my eyes welding because my battery didn't kick on. So I mean, it still had some protection, but it wasn't enough. So 4 hours or so sitting in the house complaining I can't see nothing but spots.
Hi, Austin.
Then after that, I dropped 2 rod holders. I just got done painting. I dropped them in the sand and the grass because the wind blew them over. So I got upset and I threw a piece of metal and I said a few bad words and I came in the house.
Hi, Randall. I hope you don't mind me doing this, Dave, while you're doing your thing.
No, you go ahead. I'm trying to keep up, but
no, you just do your own thing.
Focus here. I have to look up and I have to wait a few minutes for me to refocus up there to see the chat.
Well, if you want, Wendy can reach out to you.
If she wants. I don't want to impose. I did ask for somebody to come up and read chat while we tie, whether it's you or me, or if we could both keep up, maybe, or she wants to do it. I don't care.
Well, Randall, everybody's just saying hello to everybody at the moment.
I always feel bad when I miss people.
No, people are just like talking to one another at the moment. Nothing's really coming up and like asking what you're tying or anything at the moment. So everything's cushy. I've got a tablet beside me, so that's how I can like look down, look at chat, and like do this at the same time.
Yeah, well, my tablet's over there running Mr. John Parker because that's what I was watching before I came up.
Well, I've got some news for you, Dave.
Yeah.
I'm going fishing tomorrow.
Yeah, where at? For trout?
Yep, trout fishery. I'm going there tomorrow, and I'm calling it Redemption Saturday.
That the other day when you caught, more than what you said you caught, because you said trout's the only fish that you were counting. I told Naomi, I was like, so can I do that? And she says, no, if you catch a fish, you got to count it. I says, well, if they're rough fish, I don't want to count them. She goes, nope, they all breathe water, they all count.
Well, see, the thing is, I'm a member of a club.
Yeah.
And inside that place there is perch, but the thing is, we don't count perch. We only count the trout that's in the place.
Let's go fishing.
Here you go.
It's still fish.
Well, this place I'm going to has got tiger trout, rainbow trout, brown trout, and blue trout.
What's a tiger
trout? Eh?
What's a tiger trout?
A tiger trout is basically it's got the same colours as an Arctic char, but it's been mixed with a brook trout.
Oh, okay.
And they've got very, very large teeth, and they've got like a marbled markings on the skin.
Yeah.
They are stunning looking fish.
Take your jacket off.
Well, we have rainbows, but they were not stocking Where I live at, there's no rainbow trout right now. All the water's too warm. But they even pushed our stock dates back to, I believe it's December 1st now. It was October 15th when I was a kid. Then they went to November 1st. And now I believe it's December 1st. But I may be wrong. But I don't usually fish our trout until like January, February, because if you catch them in December, it's still 65 degrees out. T-shirt weather still. So the trout are dying in your hand before you can get them back in the water.
Yeah.
I got to start remembering my freaking my conversion from Fahrenheit to Celsius.
Well, this is what it looks like, Dave.
Tell Greg, do it, Matthew, about that.
Oh, okay. So it does. I mean, it does have both. It's a brown trout with char markings, basically.
Well, it's between a brook trout and a char.
Well, I know, but it looks like brown trout more than it does a brook to me.
Well, it might be a brown trout mixed in with brook.
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly how it was. I mean, I used to.
Yeah.
But
Well,
look at this
the older
one.
the older we get, the more we forget. Now that
Look
one's
at the marble markings on that one. I mean, they're a stunning fish.
It will slowly, but you need to just back it off so this can soak in, and then you can come back and eat it.
That's not the color I wanted. The Incredible Bulk, welcome in. I'm trying to
I've
use
just been on a video call to him, Dave.
Yes, sir.
I know.
I've just been on a video call to Bulk.
Do what?
I was on a video call to Bulk.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm trying to use up all my little scrappy tag in pieces. I'm just tying some stuff for Gregory and me, so it doesn't really matter.
You need to go up a little knot.
Have you tried the flies out yet, Dave?
Do what? Tied any
Have you
flies?
tried the flies? Yeah.
No, not today. I can. Actually,
Well, let me know when you let me know when you use them.
Well, I was going to go out today and do some fly fishing and go after some bluegill, but the place I wanted to go, they're doing some work on the dirt road, so I'm not going down it. When they're done and everybody drives over it for a while and picks up all the nails, then I'll go down it. Seems like that's the biggest problem with that road is every time they go and grate the road and do some road work and stuff, it gets so full of junk that you go down there and you get flat tire almost guaranteed for like the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, and that's the last thing you're needing.
Yeah, because I'll tell you what, those tires are $320 a piece.
Coastal Waters is saying morning, Cap Hook and Melfork.
Morning, Gig.
And Gigs in there too.
I need some. Need some teasers made for some pompano. Well, if you got something in mind, Gig, shoot me a picture. Do we have each other on Facebook? I can't remember. I got so many people on Facebook now, I can't remember who's on there or not.
Hi, Coastal Waters.
You can message me, Gig.
That's rude.
Even if you just comment on a video or something. Man, I burnt myself the other day and it was right on my tattoo, and I'm scared to pick the scab because I don't want to pull the color. But it itches. It's like right here.
Dearie me, Dave.
I know. I'm going in. I'm going in on the 1st, November 1st. I'm going back in.
Right, I need to remember where.
I'm thinking about right here.
Where in the script did it?
Naomi says I can only do fill-ins.
You can't go to the back of cat con.
So like my little fill-ins, like my dots and my stars right here around my hook. I'm gonna get more done like in here and stuff and up. And she's like, you can only get fill in. I come home with,
Not to a back of cat con.
I'll go stay there for 6 hours and get 3 tattoos now.
You're gonna save money.
Dave,
Yes,
Dave,
sir.
what I'm going to do, right? In all fairness, I'm going to get a tattoo done of
Yeah.
like YouTube channels as logos.
Oh, are you?
Yep.
Right on. I don't know if I'd go that. I don't want any like letters or I don't want any letters or numbers. Naomi.
Make
You
it way too big.
That snake's going to be a problem. I already see it.
Want to be outdoors and saying hello, Dave? Hi,
Matt.
hello, outdoors.
How you doing, bud? I'm trying to find a purple that I like. There's a purple.
Mhm.
So, how's your hand doing, Matt?
I'm making up mackerel feathers for a mate of mine. It was his brother. It was his birthday yesterday.
We go chase mackerel.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I said it. I said no smoking on screen.
Oh, sorry, Dave.
On screen. So
Wait a minute.
I'll just
I'll
put,
hide the camera.
I'll just put you in background for a second, and then when
I've done it.
okay.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. I'll give you a warning.
I do apologize.
Yeah, it's just because it's so early here on the on our in California and stuff. It's like before school, so I don't want if little ones are watching, I don't want nobody to have any. I mean, you could smoke, that's fine. You're an adult, but we don't need to influence the little ones. That's the way I look at it.
Thing is, though, I will be honest. The little ones influence me.
Well, I know, but. I know, and I know a lot of the young people smoke and stuff, and also it may be different in as far as country aspect too. So you guys, I'm sure that they have a big don't smoking program and stuff there, but in our little
Hello,
town,
Thumpaholic. Welcome in.
huh?
Thumpaholics just came in.
Oh, Thump. Hey, Thump. I was talking over you. Sorry, I didn't.
That's all right.
You came in. But I just
I'm reading chat. I'm reading chat for you, Dave.
Yes, sir. I just think that the little ones, they just that and the cursing we can leave to our own personal lives and just leave it out of theirs. It's like even when I did smoke when I was a young man, I didn't smoke. If there was little ones around, I went and hit around the side of the building and stuff. I didn't think my bad habits should influence them, but I see the point now. Today, there's a lot of young people that are doing it, but they here in the United States, they're fixing to outlaw menthol. So,
Dave, Kelly's asking, do you not wear sleeves when you're welding?
Do what?
Do you not wear sleeves when you're welding?
No, I I don't wear sleeves because I'm MIG welding, and MIG welding is not a bright enough light to get up to your arms. Now, every once in a while, you get some little pops and some BBs that go up and get you, but I wear gloves that go to probably here, and I just started. I've welded for years without, but and that bad thing is I've got some spots on my wrist, where you put them under UV light and they glow like neon. So I'll probably end up having some things taken off my hand later in life. But yeah, I started. I'm starting to figure out. Like even with the losing the weight, I just it's in my head now that I'm. I just turned 50, so now I'm like thinking, oh well, I better start doing stuff so I could be around for the boys and Naomi. And then when KP passed, it just brought up more of that. And so with all of that, I just started thinking even more about like keeping care of my hands, my starting to wear. I even thought about I've got a jacket, but I don't wear it because it's too hot. And so yeah, I probably should wear sleeves, or at least long sleeves, or put one that's got the strap across the back. Or
You can buy just sleeves.
I know you can buy just sleeves. I got a pair of just sleeves out there. Just don't use them. It just, I don't know.
I'm back.
Okay.
Now, there's another comment came through from Thump. Thump is saying, "What are we tying, fellas?" Well, Dave, I think, is tying up jigs, and I'm tying up mackerel feathers.
Yeah, this is my last jig right here, and then I'm switching over to some flies because I got some stuff here that will tie some just simple stuff. A lot of people that can't afford a lot of fly tying material, which anymore the stuff is outrageous. They already outlawed menthol in California, yeah. The whole U.S. is fixing to outlaw menthol, and then there's a 10-year program to outlaw cigarettes. So, and there's already a push to outlaw the e-pens now, because the e-pens they're finding out cause more cancer because you're smoking metals. When you're burning the elements, it's burning metals. They're finding out you get cancer more from an e-pen than you do a cigarette.
Bubble lung. Bubble lung or popcorn lung. Popcorn lung is what they call it.
Yeah.
With vapes.
Yeah, you just get a bunch of little cysts all over the inside of your lungs, and then it causes problems, and you asphyxiate and all kinds of.
Well, Japan, yeah, it's like they're like sabikis.
Yeah, see, I was lucky enough that when I had Timothy, so 24 years ago, well, not when I had him, when my wife had Timothy, I would go outside to smoke because he would cough and had some breathing problems, and then after that, the doctor kept saying that the reason why I was still having a lot of the breathing problems is I would come after I'd smoke a cigarette and come back into the house. I would bring that smoke in on my clothes and stuff, and then he would get that and still have the problems. So I sat outside, and after that first winter, I was about done smoking, and Naomi was like, "Well, if you want, one day she was finally like, you got to quit," because I was smoking 3 packs a day, and I just was. I mean, I just was, and it was a waste of money. And she's like, "You got to quit." And then I started coughing up blood, and then I had some lung problems, and then I was like, "Yeah, I really need to quit." So I just didn't buy anymore, and I didn't even finish the pack I had. I just threw it away. So I stayed away from everybody that smoked for a week or two, and then I was good. I just had that thread. Okay, so I want to do that wire. I had some bead heads up here. There they are. I had some stuff out because I was going to tie some flies, but I wasn't going to tie any on the show. But we'll tie some on the show. It seems like we got a few people. Hey, Tin Man, there you guys. That guy, that kid right there, Tin Man. Whoops, Tin Man Magnet Fishing. He gave me and Gregory a box of fishing lures that he got magnet fishing around the docks and stuff in my area. So when we was in Hutch the other day, when I was picking up grinding discs and new batteries for my welding helmet and stuff, we stopped by Tom's detail shop where he works, and where I got my truck detailed and get my bed liners done at. He gave us that box of lures. We did a video on it yesterday, me and Gregory did, but uh, I haven't got to like grabbing his link and doing the description and putting it all together and throwing it out yet. But that'll be coming later today. So you guys might keep your eyes out for that. I just had some wire and then I set it down and now I can't figure out what I did with it.
Well, I got given a question from Wild Japan. How do macro feathers work? Are they like sabikis? Yeah, basically, I put them on a line of like 4 hooks, so they're like the same size as sabikis, really. But I just like home tie mine.
Yeah, did you see what Kelly said? He said he worked for ear, nose, and throat guy for a long time, and vaping is the worst thing that you can do. It's worse than regular
Yep,
smoking.
totally agree.
9 feet 8 inches. Dave, snakes weigh not 9 feet 8 inches.
That snake's 9 foot 8 inches long that they got for the dog. Hey, I found my wire. I put it behind my coffee. Good thing I took a drink of coffee. I was sitting there I kept looking. All right, so I got a hot head pink on my fly. I know it's kind of hard to see, but then I'm gonna put a hot pink, well, kind of hot purple maybe. What do they call that? They call that cirrus. So this color, kind of it looks purple. See, this is funny. My purples look blue, but the hot pinky purple looks purple on camera. My camera is such a piece of junk. Okay, then I wrap mine back about maybe a third of the way down before the curve, and I'm going to do black underneath, so that'll be the color that shines through, and then I'm going to space these ribs. You need to oil that thing.
What, me?
Was that you squeaking?
Yeah, it's me, Squeaky. It's this thing, Dave. It's this thing. It's useless.
Spread your tangs out just a touch, force them out just a little bit. You don't need it to really grab the thread. You just need it to hold the thread.
Oh, it's the way the bobbin holder is. It's the bobbin holder's fault.
Yeah.
I'll get another one.
Put some wax on your bobbin, on the thread. Put some wax on the end of the spools of the thread. You're fine.
I had that last night. Really, where's the squeak coming from? I went, oh, sorry, it's my fault. Like, I was doing a live on YouTube, like, you're off a Squeaky. You got a mouse? I was like, no. It says, well, why are you squeaking? It's like, oh no. I was like, bobbin holder.
Yeah, so I got my wire on here, and instead of using dubbing up between the head and the I'm just going to use the chenille and wrap it once. This is kind of a cheat for me, to where a lot of people have trouble putting on dub because they can't get it to look good, because it's all, like they don't spin it right or something on their thread, or maybe it's just kind of clumpy and maybe too long a strands or something. So if you do this, you're insured to get that same height off your hook every time.
I got any up there? Yeah, I do. Right, what's in this one? Yellow.
Okay.
Yeah, that's bad.
We'll see if this will show up on camera or not. This is on a size, I believe that's on a 10 hook. Where's my hook? Yeah, that's on a size 10 egg or nymph. Can you see that? This thing just ain't gonna focus. Focus! Focus. All right, we're cheating. Dave, are you
I found the
making
problem.
an order? No, Matt, I'm not making an order. I'm just tying for myself for giggles.
Found the problem.
Oh, come on. I'm having camera issues today, whether it's with my video or this. Those colors. All right. Oops. Let's see. I'm going to make it where y'all can see it. There you go. That's what it looks like. See that, Stuart?
My phone's froze. Let me see on the camera. Let's see. I'll go and I'll have a look on the Oh yeah, that's sweet.
A trout or a
Sweet.
bluegill or just about anything will eat that. And those when you tie them on a 10 like that, there's enough weight on your four weight rod. They lead out. You can get some distance. Of course, I cheat and I use a little bit of a weight forward line, but I use a floating line. I don't. Our stuff around here is only like 5 foot deep, so there's no need for me to have a sinking line. Jimmy, welcome in, bud. So, if you guys don't know, we have we're gonna do a little bit of like self promotion here. So, Stuart, of course, here has his own channel and he ties flies and does a lot of lives. And this last week he was doing some traveling, so we got up on lives, even though we could only see him about half the time because he was all phrased up that train traveling, streaming or can't keep up with that stuff. So, but go check him out. And you do sell some flies too, Stuart, right?
I do sell them.
Okay. So if you guys need some trout flies or some European style flies or some Scottish style flies or that kind of stuff, he would be your guy. So you want some just old American, get some bluegill and some stocky trout, you can hit me up. Stuart also has a Facebook where he's Stuart the Fish Whisperer on Facebook. Are you not? Or is it just?
Yep.
Yeah, I was thinking you was Stuart Fish Whisperer. I just see your name, Stuart, and I don't even read the rest anymore. So
I've got a Facebook page and I've also got my personal page. Personal page would be better because I really don't know how to work my page yet.
Right on. And then so then on my side, you can go to Double Hook Angling Facebook group, and you can ask to join that. It's pretty simple. Get up there, and either me or
hi Jimmy,
either me or my other admin will let you in. We do. We look at your profile and make sure that you're not just trying to sell a bunch of stuff or things like that. So if that's your intent, that's not the group for you. That's the group that Double Hook Angling Group is for sharing and your knowledge and your catches and promoting each other and stuff like that. So, and then good morning, ugly dog. Yeah, I need a couple more. I want some more lures. But I gotta be patient. Naomi says I'm spending too much money with Ugly Dog. But everybody support all your fellow anglers out there. And if they sell things like Ugly Dog sells hard baits, square bills, jerk baits, things like that, support him. So support Stuart and his adventures and his flies. support me, share us all out, share everybody out, and everybody that's an ad or a moderator in chat, share each other out, share me out, share Stuart out, share all of y'all that ain't mods out, share them out. That's what this channel's about. So, I also have my Facebook page is my private name, which is David Lemon, Lemen. You can find me on there. But I also have another YouTube channel where I do welding and the fab shop stuff and things like that, and that's Lemon Fab. So it's LEMENFAB. So you'll find me under there. And I have been in the shop for a while, and because of Naomi having her rollover wreck and stuff, but we're back in the shop now. So
Dave,
yes, sir.
Ugly Dogglers just came in. Hello.
Yes, I seen him. I said hello.
I didn't get a chance to. Sorry. And if anybody else I've missed, hello and welcome in.
I keep losing my place and my stuff here. I still had a piece of that wire left. Where did it go? I don't know what I did with that piece of wire. I got too much stuff sitting here that I need to sort through. All right, that's anyways. I'll do a red one this time anyhow. I'll make them look different. There you go. Matt's throwing out some stuff. Ugly dog thump. Appreciate it, Matt. Appreciate it. I need to. I'm going to get on my phone and share out just so you guys will, if you guys are interested in my 64 V8 Rambler or working on that or building the rod holders or the brake or the machining to do the rod holders or anything that I did like that. If you guys are interested in that, I'm going to get on my phone here.
Bob, I have also sent you messages on Facebook.
Yeah, his Facebook's down at the moment. He's on it.
And mental being.
Okay, there you go. There's the link that for Lemon Fab right there. Okay, there you go. So there's the link down there for Lemon Fab if you guys are interested in checking out me working in the shop. I keep my fishing separate from doing stuff in there until recently when I decided that I was ambitious enough to start making rod holders. And then I went, yeah, I like that. Oh, nope, I don't like that. And then I made about 12 or so, probably 15 actually, of rod holders that I didn't like and ended up throwing them out to people, not throwing them out at them, but giving them away to people and just doing that kind of stuff. And I got a couple left in the garage that got cut back up into little pieces for the cross bracing of these new rod holders, but just trying to reuse some stuff. Them rod holders have been a real chore and a pain in the butt and blessing all at the same time. And if it wasn't for our buddy KP, old Kenneth Powell, if it wasn't for takedown catfishing, if it wasn't for him talking me into it, I wouldn't have done it. And it's a shame that that man didn't get to ever see him. He's in heaven with the Lord now, and he's got total view of what we're all doing, and he's seen them now, and I hope that I did him proud by going ahead and going with it and getting it done, because he was the one that pushed me to bank those. So Melissa, good morning. I appreciate you coming in.
Hello, Melissa.
Yep, I was just honoring KP and his getting on me enough to make them rod holders and getting them produced and start doing that. I sure miss that, man. I know you guys do too, more than me. as a brother that we will always miss. But I got
How are you, Melissa?
yeah, I got some rod holders made up the last few days. Been frustrated. I dropped some in the paint and started yelling and screaming and threw some metal and said some bad words and had to cool off. But I now I'm to the point where I'm back in there and I'm making some and I'm going to paint a couple in a purple and a lavender. I couldn't find no pink spray paint. I'm still looking for some pink. I'm going to paint all these up in enamel, and I bet I will have raw steel ones available, but I'll still probably put a clear on them just to help protect them for a while. Man, I just cannot get my phone is coming out again to take a picture of my fly so y'all can see it. All right, here you go, Sturt. Let's show this one off. Okay, so there's that one.
Sweet.
This little, like a little mosquito larvae or something. I don't know what it is.
That's beautiful.
That's awesome.
Then try another one here. I know I miss people, but oh, Bugman, did I said hi to you earlier, Bugman? If not, I'm sorry.
Hi, Bug.
There was fire outside last night. It was nice. Yep, Bugman enjoying the evening. Matt, I'm not blue, or I drop your. Oh, Melissa, you need to be. Sorry, hon. I'm coming in right now. Now you're blue. You're blue. Or however that song goes. I'm not a very good singer. I do not have the voice for singing. I have the voice for scaring people. You should be blue now, Melissa. You share away. David Hughes, welcome in. All right. Ooh, I know what I'm going to try now. You see this feather, Stuart? Look at how small that is.
Oh my! That is tiny.
Yeah, I should send you a couple of these. I bought these like 10 years ago, back when I was really getting into the fly tying and stuff.
What kind of feathers are they, Dave?
These are just a long rooster hackle. You know, just a really long, so you can make gnats and stuff. So, and
like dry flies.
Yeah. So like I got bags of them, and these like this was lot number 566.
Oh yeah.
And so this was back before eBay was. This was actually probably, I'm thinking about it now. These probably right when eBay was started, when it was all auction and there was hardly any, sell as is. So like, see these dark ones? I got these dark ones, but I also got some that are red and what have you. So I've got barred, and but I bought all those back then, and I was paying like for 5 feathers, I was paying like $1.50. So they're just amazing that how small they are.
Do you like my bobbin, Dave?
Well, that's a lot of thread.
It's a bulk spool. The only thing is, it doesn't fit on here, so I'm just running it as in through a bobbin holder. It stops it being squeaky.
See what I just got in?
What's that?
3 boxes of thread.
Wow.
So there's 12 spools in each one of these boxes, and I got blue dun, which is a kind of a gray, and then fluorescent orange and white. So, and then on the other box up there is a black, and then I got a box of red and stuff in the drawer. I found out that you save almost 60 cents a spool, so like $7 or so a box by buying them by the box if you tie enough. If you don't tie enough, it just buy a spool. But
Dave,
there's days where
I think we just found the perfect bobbin holder for it.
Yeah, there's days I'll tie jigs and I'll use 2 spools in a day. Maybe that's a little excessive.
It should do. It's a little excessive.
Oh, see if it works.
Well,
but it's usually holding on to the thread.
How many flies have you tied in a day, Stuart?
Well, the thing is, I can do a 12-hour live. I mean, I can pop them. If it's macro feathers, I can pop them out like, every 5 minutes. So, I mean...
Yeah. Well, I've...
With limited stopping time, because I do need a smoke break.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Melissa, thank you, darling.
I tie... There's been days where I've tied 200 jigs in a day, but they're all marabou, so they go really fast. See that just I'm going to have to get me a way better camera.
Well, that's sweet little bug.
He's going to take a photo of it.
That's a sweet bug.
It's the only bobbin I've got. It's the only bobbin holder I can actually fit this thing, so I mean, I'm happy.
See, and it still wanted to focus on my finger more than the fly, but there's the... You see that, Stuart?
Oh, sweet.
So
that's perfect.
That feather that I just tied on there, it since that's a 10 hook, so you get a concept of the gap.
Yep.
That feather is still half the distance to the gap. I mean, it's that small, so you still got plenty of open hook to hook something. It just means that you get in some moss, you might hook the moss too. Size matters. Welcome in, brother. Sorry I missed you.
Oh, size matters.
Yep, Naomi's.
Yeah, Dave. This is my comfort zone, bud.
Well, Naomi's giving me the warning that Naomi's giving me the go and doing this. She's giving me the time limit warning. So I think we'll stay up for about another 8 or 10 minutes, but then we're going to call it.
Well, what I'll do is I'll go live on my end, and then people can come in and watch me if they want to.
If you're going to go live on your end, let's just tie another 1 or 2, and then they can all go jump over there. I got to get to doing stuff. I got to get out in the shop. I got 12 rod holders that I want to finish welding up this morning, and then I want to go fishing after lunch. So. Well, hopefully your dog wouldn't go. The wouldn't be outdoors says the dog wouldn't go outside. There was a boogeyman or something out there. Hopefully the dog didn't go in the house. I tell you what, for the last 2 years with our little Dotson, the one that I had to put down, she'd potty in the house. Even if you put her out, she'd come back in and you'd pick her up or something, and she at the end she'd just start letting it go. She didn't have no control left, and then she had cancer and just all kinds of stuff going on. And the vet's like, she's just really in bad shape. So we went ahead and put her down. And ever since then, my floors have not been so clean. It was always a hassle, having to clean up a mess. And I mean, it just, even if it was a puddle of potty, it wasn't but 5 inches across, because she's a Dotson. The problem was when it was started where you just pick her up and she'd go down your side.
She sits on your lap and pees on me.
Yeah, she sat on Naomi's lap, and then all of a sudden Naomi'd go to move her or something, and she'd just pee all over Naomi. Hey, Joan.
Hello, Joan.
I'm going to switch back over and tie jig here. Okay, the number one jig that I've always used since I was a young man, and I think it was probably one of the first colors that I really fell in love with and just wanted to keep going with. I'll find me a feather here. I know I had one laying around. Yeah, I'll just get one out of the bag. Oh, look, one jumped out at me. It says, I'm ready. I'm ready to be born into a jig.
Thank you.
If we're making jigs on TV, is it jig porn? That's funny. But this is the number one color that I grew up fishing as a kid. It'd be a pink head, chartreuse tail, and a black body, or some kind of really dark color for the body. And there's a piece right here that has actually got some little gold flash in it, but it's black. If I get all the other fuzzies and strays off of it, this is out of the trash pile, so don't waste your stuff. That's long enough to tie like 2 jigs. So tie that on there. Get your little pincher. And if y'all ain't got one of these little grabble holders with a little bird beak on the end of it, you need to get you one of those. They're only $1.
Dave.
And they do this.
The word you're looking for is hackle pliers.
Hackle pliers. Okay. I'm a redneck in the middle of the country. And
I'm just saying.
My word of choices are thingamabob, thingamajig, dilly whopper, humdinger. Those are what we say things are. It don't matter what it is. If you throw that out, it covers a lot.
Yeah.
It covers a multitude of sins. I get that, but yeah, it's hackle pliers.
Well, when you call your
okay, so get your hackle pliers out and pinch it on your double up or on your little chenille here and pull away. You know what? I'm gonna put this in an envelope in a baggie with a few others, and I'm gonna send them to Scotland. So you sent me some flies. I'll send you some feathers.
Well, thank you very much.
I know that you was able to get some stuff to make yourself useful on them flies.
They will catch fish. They will catch trout, everything.
Tell you what, them little hopper looking things that you got where you tied the knots in the legs. Did you tie those knots in the legs yourself, or did you buy it tied in a knot?
I've done both of them. I've done like tied and pre-knotted. You get them pre-knotted, or you can do it yourself.
Yeah,
I've done both.
Go get you a very small crochet hook that they use to make doilies. that the old ladies used to make doilies, or old guys. I know men that make doilies and stuff for stress and stuff. But get you one of those hooks, and then you can just wrap that little piece of feather, and then pulls right through, makes your little knot for you, makes it easy. So just for those,
I will get one of them either tomorrow or some point next week.
Yeah, and they're like $1. They're those crochet hooks that small, they're very cheap. And they also work for other things. You can dig trash out of holes with them. And sometimes if you drop a crochet hook on a concrete, it'll put a burr in, it'll catch thread and stuff. And I do know how to crochet. Yeah, there you go. That'd be a good stinger fly. That's what you're making for the
mackerel feathers.
Mackerels. Yeah, I can crochet. I lived with my aunts over the summer back when I was a kid, and they're like, "You're gonna come here, like take this thread or take this yarn, take this hook. This is what you do." But we made hot pads and things like that, and I think it was for her to resell, so we were child labor. It's all good. All right, Stuart. Naomi is telling me that I got to go.
No,
Gregory wants to go do something, so I got to go weld these up first, Gregory. I still got to go weld those things up before we go. He's walking around, staring at me. But anyways, I think this is where we'll cut it. So everybody, I greatly appreciate you coming in. And we tried to keep up with chat, but when you tie, it's just, it's something that's hard to do. But
it's worse when you're fishing.
When you're fishing, even you're like sitting there, especially like if you're jigging or you're casting constantly, it's hard to keep up. Now, if you're catfishing, it's not so hard to keep up with chat, because you're just sitting there waiting. But when you're sitting there and you're constantly casting, really, you got it's, what was that? Wait a minute. Yeah, it's kind of rough. But we do have some lives that I want to plan fishing and stuff. I know I don't do much lives except for Friday morning, but with life and with Gregory and Matthew and Naomi, things get very complicated at times. So there's just times I cannot. The reason why I do a live Friday every single week is because the boys go to the thrift store. So for an hour at least, it's very quiet. And then they come home. And as you can tell, for the last 20, 30 minutes since they've been back, you can hear plenty of noise in the background. So, and I feel rude that, I feel that we're being rude when we do that to y'all and have that too much racket in the background. That's why I only go live once in a while. But I have been working on, stuff in the shop. I've been working on losing weight. Just losing weight's hard enough and within itself. So, watching it, I still cook all the food. I'm still cooking pastas and all that stuff that they want, but I'm only eating meat. So sitting there watching them eat a lasagna while I'm having a steak, it's still rough because the steak's great and all, but man, the taste of like lasagna and stuff like that. Or if I do eat lasagna, I did eat lasagna last month, but it was made with zucchini instead of pasta. So I use the zucchini as the noodles.
I'm going to go live and I'll probably do a StreamYard. So if anybody's like wanting to jump up, they can do so. So,
right on.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Hey, you guys be blessed. Thanks for coming and checking out, Double Hook Angling. And
bye.
Thank you for coming up, Stuart. I appreciate you, brother. Y'all be blessed. Go check out Double Hook Angling, www.doublehookangling.com, and you can catch the links to where we're going, and you'll be able to see the new merch coming. We've got some things that, like I said, we're working on, and we're getting some old school hat designs coming out, and we've got t-shirts still. But if you want t-shirts, you just got to contact me because they're all sitting over here underneath my table. They're not on the website. But we're trying to get the website built up enough to where you can go on there and just purchase stuff. It's just the whole thing where I'm the one that gets the t-shirts made. I'm the one that packs them up. I'm the one that sends, well, Naomi sends them off usually. But that kind of thing. So it's hard to go through, a third party, collector to where, I just rather y'all deal with me. And I hope you're patient enough that that's acceptable to you, and not being able to just jump on and you be, patient with me getting this stuff out. Cause sometimes we just can't get to the post office fast enough for some people. So we appreciate each and every one of you. We love y'all. Y'all have a blessed week. I'm gonna go do something in the shop, and then we're gonna go fishing this afternoon. We're gonna try to get caught back up on our edited videos, so y'all can have some nice edited stuff to watch, as well as we're gonna try to do some lives fishing. So y'all be blessed and take care. We'll see you later. Go tie something. Bye.